least I certainly hope not, since everybody does it. It reminds me of the videos where somebody puts on makeup. So somebody is talking. Bethany Frankel, I've been watching do this a couple times recently. I have no idea how she got recommended to me on YouTube, or what the title could have possibly said that I wanted to hear it. But she's putting on makeup and she's telling stories about her own experience in becoming a celebrity. And I think there's a certain freedom in that. While you're doing one thing, you have less guile or something, more straightforwardness or something. They say if you ever want to have a conversation with a man, driving's a good time to do it, because when you're sitting next to someone talking to them, you don't have eye contact, and we see eye contact as threatening in some deep down place, because a predator looks at you before they strike. I don't know why. So if you want to have a deep conversation and not have other things get in the way, like body language, do it when you're driving. And Sydney Black, Cydnee, she does historical videos. She and Jon Solo, Jon, she and Jon Solo are really good at taking a lot of information. I know he gets his information, well, I won't say that. They're both really, really good at taking a lot of information and just telling the main points, summarizing it, and creating a narrative that's very interesting. And they both use so much detail. If other people were using that much detail, it might be boring and maybe lead off into what we might call the weeds. But they can take all of these details and facts and throw in their own opinions and observations and turn it into one cohesive story. She's been doing it with history. Her series is called Makeup and History, and he does it usually with mythology, but they both do a really good job of that. I first discovered Sydney Black because of her thumbnail. She has strikingly blue eyes, and people of her color usually don't have blue eyes, and she's beautiful. So I just assumed she had blue contacts, because when she's made up, which, you know, sometimes she isn't until the end of the video, but when she's made up, she looks like a model, not just some YouTuber with these strikingly blue eyes. And so a couple of her videos are about that, growing up with a dark complexion and light eyes, and people thinking that she has contacts, but she's really just showing off the assets that she has. One's a little different than the other, but she's so pretty that that's really all people notice is, oh look, there's a pretty YouTuber. But she's really good at taking a lot of information and putting it into a cohesive story. John Solo does mythology, and he's done a lot of different mythologies from around the world. But he basically ends up with, and we don't know much about this, we don't know more about this particular mythology because the Christians came along and destroyed the works. And of course, that topic always intrigues me. I remember talking about that just in my last video. How what we call Native American culture was replaced with Christian culture, but some of the place names stay the same, as they often do. But the medieval model, pagan into medieval, which, pagan sounds so pejorative, but polytheism into monotheism, pre-Christianity to Christianity, whatever you want to call it. The high places and holy places and temples and cathedrals and